Good afternoon to 2:30, day 326. The boys are up on the ladder, scaffolding even, putting up some plasterboard. Third sheet going in. So they've only got another 20 sheets to go by 4:30, 2 hours. Something makes me think that's not possible. Anyway, before I start, give me a like and subscribe, please. I would love you to do that. Welcome to the new people again. Yesterday, we're at nearly 710. We are going up in subscribers. We must be doing something right. Or Google is, one of the two. So anyway, I'm late in today, so I've been off. We've been looking at a new school for the children. I've been to suppliers, been to go and get some paint, been to go and get some hinges. So I'm here late because of morning taking up other stuff. So the guys have carried on whilst I've been gone. I did obviously go to Coimers this morning really early, got some screws so they can put the drywall up, and got that here and left reasonably early before they even turned up. Wife going off to pick up the kids. Today obviously they've battened the rear part off here, as you can see, and now they're putting the boards up. They're putting a screw in roughly where the electrical cables are coming down for the lights. So the electricians can drill their holes once they've done their measurements, and they can pull their cables out. We've got some landscaping going on as well. I also went out and did my shopping. My wife crushing our ramps. Out here, have a quick look. I was going to say something about lady drivers then, but I better not. That won't do my subscribers any good. Okay, so then I've got the fittings here as well, so they managed to get the actual pipe into the floor. They've got that connected up, put sand over it. Sand, by the way, is used quite commonly in the world, let alone just here. Just so that you can, if you're doing any digging and you come across sand, then you know there's going to be some form of cable or pipe underneath. So it's just an indicator to someone else. But sometimes you put the sand underneath the pipe so that you can actually allow the movement, and also stones, which I don't think the guys have done. So it looks like concrete here. I'm not too sure if they concreted the whole thing. But that is the 3-inch pipe for the patio water going straight out the wall. They've obviously concreted here. Seems prettier. But anyway, the conduit here, I thought that was meant to run all the way through. So it looks like the plumber's going to try and take it this way. This is what he was saying last night. Rather than having it over here facing this way, then why don't you just run it all along here and have it all aiming out that way? So he said put a conduit through here and he can run it through. Obviously we've still got a 45 degree here over and connect this one up, which I don't know what that hasn't been done because I got them fitting last night. And we've still got to connect this one up and obviously take it down here and all the way along to here, which again I've got the fittings for. Here they all are. So just to give you a little bit of a view on what we're going to be doing. Sorry to bore some of you. Oh, other way. So obviously that'll be a 45. The 2-inch will continue up here. Then there will be, he says, a reducer that will go into here. That will take the 2-inch down to 1.5, because that's a 1.5-inch pipe. So again, we're going to take 2-inch down to here. So we'll put this reducer will go up here. We'll come from the 1.5 to 2-inch here. 2-inch will come down to here with an elbow. 2-inch will come down into here, into this 45. 2-inch will come out of here up to about there, and then we'll take that pipe into this one. I'm not too sure where the other stuff is. It's not there, but I bought them another fitting so they can actually go from a 3/4 inch down to a 2-inch. So yeah, that's pretty much where they are here. Tyson is also getting mud into the side return. Side return meaning the path that's going to go down the side of the garage. Afternoon, Tyson. So we've got a nice little mud bed where we'll be putting plants, etc. along here. See, Tyson, man of many talents, green fingers and all that. And then the remainder of the mud here will obviously get into the septic tank area as well. We do potentially still want to get the Bobcat in there at some stage just to see if there's any levelling out to be done, spit it out. But I would say that to a certain extent there's not a great deal that's going to land up changing on here, because don't forget we are also raising this by maybe 3-inch. So by the time we actually raise that, obviously we're going to be the same sort of level anyway. The doors, obviously they've been sanded and painted. I mean, bear in mind they've been rolled. Never touch a door, assuming it's dry from yesterday, because then you put a handprint straight in it. I thought this was from yesterday. So he's actually put another coat on it, but he's got to do that anyway. That's okay. But anyway, bear in mind it's been rolled. It's not a bad finish. Again, he wanted to spray that. But the spray machines here are between 600 for a cheapie, up to 2,000 for a decent one, and I can't do half-hearted. So the thought of spending 2,000 on something just to get some door frames in, I thought, I don't think I want to do that. It's not a bad colour actually. I thought it was going to be a little bit more cream there, because I bought another white paint today from Sherwin-Williams, but it's actually an industrial paint. So my man, so saying he doesn't want to touch it. So yeah, so note to self, if you buy a paint from anywhere, especially Sherwin-Williams, make sure you obtain whether it's good for commercial use or residential use. It clearly says on the actual tin, industrial use only, which means it's not advised to be used in a house. So yeah, so I'm going to have to take that back. But the only reason I bought it is because it's a bright white, whereas all of the satin woods we've been buying have been quite an off-white. So this is the last one I bought, and it does seem to be coming out a little bit better on the white front. So fingers crossed it will come out, once it's up, it will look white, not cream. The Koymans one definitely is a cream. Anyway, I'm going to have to stand up and put my hand on his paint. I'm sure that's going to make him ecstatic. So nothing's happened inside the house today because I've not been here. I did want to plasterboard the extractor today, but I've not got around to doing that because I haven't been here, obviously. The doors are drying for down here, so we'll get those put on in a minute. And the main thing is about obviously just trying to get all the actual plasterboard in here. I've still got to order more plasterboard. We've got 16 sheets left over. I need about 22 to 24. Plus I need some inside as well, so we'll need more. Oh, you've done down the side as well, have you? So Tyson and Smithy have actually got more mud down the side, and they've also levelled it out as well. So let's have a quick look what that looks like. Okay, yeah, so we're getting a lot higher now. Yeah, that's better, mate, isn't it? So we're now getting to a point where we can walk all the way through, whereas before we were jumping down from here and having to walk all the way through. So we'll get this all levered off, obviously, but it's a lot better. So we still need to get the actual pipe work mounted on the wall properly to ensure there's no pressure underneath it. There's cement underneath that to hold it up, because that was one of the problems we're having. The pipe was getting pulled down, and eventually it would just give. I bought the brackets, which have been installed here. One here and one here. One here and one here. We need to put a couple on the wall as well, really, but it looks like he hasn't made the pipe long enough. A bit stupid. Anyway, and the other thing I would have done as well is I would have elbowed around these as well. Run it all along the wall, elbowed around, all the way along, elbowed around, all the way along, but in typical Bayesian style, it's been run straight down, which means that you've got a saggy pipe in the middle, which means that as soon as you put weight on top of it, there's nowhere for it to go, apart from down, obviously, which is not good. So as you can see here, this is going down. So we've got to make sure that over time, the weight doesn't pull that pipe down and break it off. Bear in mind that's the height of it over here, look. So we're not seeing any of it along here, and then we're seeing it here. So yeah, I hope it's not, but normally it's a disaster waiting to happen. So anyway, this is the actual bed that we actually put all the rocks down in, if you remember rightly. So it's all nice and stable. The wood, the mud's all gone down on it. As you can see, we've had a lot of rain. So the rain's actually sunk and made it sink and settle in. So it's settled in well. It's all good. Yeah, all good. This will make a nice little corner to chill out in fact. So my goal for here at some stage is to have this, all of this is going to be grass. We're going to have a barbecue area in that corner over there near the steps. That's where the actual cook area is going to be. And I'm potentially going to be putting some form of wooden begonia on here, somewhere to come and chill and eat and drink. So there'll be tables in here and a place to sit away from the patio area. I'm sure some of you are going to say, why didn't you do it up there? Well, if you do it up there, then obviously I've got to look at putting some form of permanent shade over there, because you just literally can't sit up there. And to put a wooden begonia there on a concrete patio with a span of that wide is just too expensive, or not functional. So here at least we'll be able to make it bespoke to the size we want it, something around about 20 foot by 15 foot. We can put a nice little shaded sort of top on it. And it's not too far. And on top of it, you've on grass as well, so it'd be quite nice to actually sit down and eat among grass. We've got so much concrete in the place. Anyway, if you like what I'm saying, please help me obviously with the algorithm below. give me a thumbs up, give me a comment. Anything you can do to try and help the channel would be greatly appreciated. There was another individual on there last night saying that they've just caught the video, they loved the video, and now they're going to have to go back and watch from the start. So that's a painful exercise. But I suppose, you know, I'm doing it, so I don't appreciate it as much as maybe I could do if I wouldn't did it again. I'm sure at some stage I'll be able to go back and watch them all again. I did have one come up on my feed the other day, which was day 2, which is when we actually had the team turn up to map out, obviously, where we were going to be digging, and the excavator turned up and it started doing a few. It was quite strange to see that. You know, 326 days ago, nearly a year ago, obviously we were putting the first excavator bucket into the ground and starting the build. Which, you know, without being rude, is for a year, that's nothing. I mean, we've done bloody well to get where we are in that such a short space of time. We have a friend on the island that's bought a house 4 years ago and is still not in it yet. So, you know, we've been in the house since February. So, yeah, we were pretty much month 8 we were in. Although not completely ready, as some of you guys know. Anyway, I'm rambling as always, so help me obviously with the comments down below. Ask any questions you've got, if anything you want to see. My daughter now wants a hot tub on the roof, so I don't know which one of you it was that said that, but thanks very much. That's going to cost me a small fortune potentially at some stage in the future. Great idea though. Someone else said a party, you know, something with party roof terrace or something like that, but we've got so much space here. This is pretty much party as it is, but it would be nice at some stage potentially to make the most of the views upstairs. So we will see. Okay, well, thank you very much. I'll check in a bit later on. Say it's only 23. Got another hour or so left, so I will check in a bit later on when things change. Okay, we're at 10 to 5. The guys have just shot off. Okay, let's have a quick look at what's happened. This has been the main focus today. Obviously, it's been the seeding of the garage as always. We found by trying to work out where to start on the plasterboard that we actually have one wall wider than the other wall. I don't even know how that happens. But anyway, so we pulled a centre line through the middle, which is this line you can see just above me now. And then what we'll do is we'll plasterboard straight through the middle that way, straight through the middle that way, and then cuts at the end. That's the only way really to try and get something achieved with minimal cuts, especially when masons don't like doing straight walls or straight plaster. In here is obviously done. So we've got this little side return at the back on the other side of the beam. That's all in and done. The electricians will come where the screws are. They put like a little screw, which you'll probably be able to see. There's one. So the little screws just indicate where the lights are currently at, but obviously the electricians will pull their chalk lines and screw through after they've measured. And then tomorrow we're going to crack on with doing in here. So that's going to get plasterboarded, so hopefully we'll get that all done in one day. That's my aim tomorrow. No real great change apart from that. So I won't bore you guys to death. I think I've done that enough for the last 326 days. So, but obviously before I go, please help me with the comments tonight. It's been greatly received and I like responding. And there's anything you want to see, let me know. And obviously if you can just hit the bell below, so obviously you can be notified when new content comes out, and obviously like it or not like it, depending on what I've said. But yeah, from my point of view, I'll check in bright and breezy tomorrow. Another bitty day for me, so I won't be around a great deal, but I'll be up, setting the guys up, and then reporting to you how we get on with the day. And hopefully this will be one plastered ceiling. Fingers crossed. Have a great evening. See you tomorrow.